Wayne, there's some serious talk in Major League Baseball that the Tampa Bay Rays and the Oakland A's will be contracted right out of baseball. From the people I'm talking to, this is pretty serious. The Rays and the A's both have serious financial problems, although the causes of those problems are somewhat different. Let's go to the Rays first. Why are they having so much financial difficulty?
It goes simply down to stadium. And when you look at the Tampa Bay Rays right now, they have to be one of baseball's best stories over the past 5 years. They've reversed their fortunes so quickly. They have one of the best on-field talent franchises within the game. They have some superstar talent in terms of Evan Longoria, David Price, and they've really done well with Joe Madden. Just the perfect guy for that organization. However, no one's going to games. I thought it was one of the most embarrassing things that the organization had to basically give 20,000 tickets away on the cusp of the Rays clinching a division title. And the biggest problem that the Rays have, besides the lack of fan support and the financial wherewithals of playing in a small market, is that they play in Tropicana Field. And they're locked into that ballpark with at least until 2027. Now, Stu Sternberg and his ownership group have really tried to push the envelope to get a new facility down there, and I give them a world of credit for trying. But at the end of the day, they're not going to be able to sustain what they want in terms of baseball down in Tampa. And it's really sad because you finally got an ownership group that cares about the franchise and is actually doing really good things on the field as well.
If you go out to Oakland several years ago, this was Moneyball. This was viewed as one of the franchises that really knew how to invest in players, get a big bang for the buck. Why are they being considered for contraction?
I think one of the theories with the Oakland Athletics right now goes back to stadium. Lou Wolf has been doing everything they possibly can to try to get this 32,000-seat facility built somewhere in California. Obviously, he would love to go to San Jose, but those territorial rights are owned by the San Francisco Giants. Santa Clara County, same type of situation. I think right now what's hurting him, besides the financing for the stadium, is the San Francisco Giants being in his backyard, not only being the World Series champions, but losing fans going to a beautiful facility, a world champion ball club, and a highly competitive ball club day in and day out. Even though a lot of pundits are predicting the Oakland Athletics to win the American League West this season, there's still that dark cloud of controversy and uncertainty over the organization that if we're going to go back to realignment, and talk about two teams, the Rays and the Athletics are in that conversation. You know, there's a part of me that wants to say, well, why can't Major League Baseball buy these two franchises and allow Sternberg and Wolf to go buy one of the franchises in baseball right now that's somewhat struggling? I think Sternberg is the right guy, New York guy, really understands this market. If the Wilpons do have the struggles that they do, why can't Major League Baseball work out a situation like that? They've done that before.
And the problem with the A's is in Oakland, they can't get public financing. And if they move to Santa Clara, then they're going to have to pay a high fee to the Giants, potentially for invading their market, you know, which could be anywhere from $50 to $100 million. So that would sort of negate a lot of the economic benefit of moving there. If you do extract these two teams, you think that as far as other teams that aren't doing that well, it could put more pressure on them to somehow try to get new stadiums and other ways to increase revenue? They're saying, oh no, we might be contracted as well.
I think what we're seeing right now between the Mets, the Dodgers, the Athletics, and the Rays is that in the upcoming collective bargaining agreement, there has to be a concerted effort to reevaluate the financing. Whether it be the debt service rule of 10 times EBITDA, 60% assets, 40% liabilities. I really do believe in instances Major League Baseball has gotten a little lax with their enforcement of these rules, and the teams have kind of taken advantage of it. I think that's part of the problem, but I also feel that the communities aren't supporting those two markets in particular. When you finally have quality franchises that can really move the community forward, and I always go back to the Brewers. They've had their ups and downs for the better part of 20 years, but now with Mark Atanasio in the picture, new facility, teams performing well, teams winning, the numbers in terms of ticket purchases and community support is through the roof. That can happen in these two markets if they have the right facilities to support these franchises.